हेलो फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हो आप लोग? माई सेल्फ Jitendra, I am master teacher here at Vedantu. Welcome you all again to our RMO flashback series. In this session today we will be discussing question number 5th and question number 6th of year 1992. Right. Both these questions are from geometry, okay, and they are very good questions. So let's discuss these questions. And before discussing, let me give you just one information that currently here at Vedantu we are running pre-RMO, RMO, INMO batches. Those who have not appeared for pre-RMO yet or unfortunately have not cleared pre-RMO exam yet, they can simply visit our website olympia.vedantu.com. Here we have provided each and every information regarding these pre-RMO batches, right? And those who have already cleared pre-RMO batch, we will simply enroll you to RMO batch, and those who have cleared RMO batches, we will simply enroll you to INMO batches. All you need to do is just mail me your name, class, contact number, address along with your proof on this email ID chetan.garg@vedantu.com. Right. Again, those who have cleared pre-RMO, they will be enrolled to RMO batches, and those who have cleared RMO, they will be enrolled to INMO batches. And the most important thing is that these courses are totally free of cost. You do not need to pay even a single rupee to enroll in these batches, right? Because the ultimate aim is to bring gold for India. So that's why we have kept these batches to be free. So let's start today's session. Okay. So this is question number 5th of year 1992, right? This question is saying that ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. XYZ are the distances of A from the lines BD, BC, CD respectively. We need to prove something. We need to prove that BD upon X, that will be equal to BC upon Y plus CD upon Z. Again, जिन्होंने ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं किया, I'll really encourage you to please pause the video, solve this question, take a genuine time on this question, maybe half an hour. And if you still are not able to solve this question, then you can come again to watch the solution of the video, right? So I will proceed with the solution now, right? So let's first draw the figure of this question. Let's say this ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral and XYZ are the distances of A from this BD, from BC and from CD, right? So basically this involves the perpendicular distance from a point on a triangle, right? So we will use Brahmagupta theorem for triangle. Okay. Let me just tell you what the theorem is. Brahmagupta. Basically, there are two methods to solve this question, right? I'll explain you both the methods. Let's first understand what the Brahmagupta theorem says. This theorem says that if ABC is a triangle, right, and let's say if we draw a perpendicular from any vertex on the opposite side, let's say AD is the perpendicular. So according to Brahmagupta, it says that the product of these two sides, right, that is AB into AC, that will be simply AD times this perpendicular times what 2R. 2R is nothing but R is here circumradius of the triangle. Okay. This is the theorem. So AB into AC, that is 2R times AD, and this is easy to prove. We can prove this by simply using sine rule, right? In sine rule we can say this AC upon sine of opposite angle, that is sine of B, right? That will be what? That will be 2R, 2 circumradius. Okay. So this will imply AC is nothing but 2R times sine B. And what is sine B? You can calculate from triangle ABD. So sine B is nothing but it is AD upon AC upon AB. Sorry. Okay. So plug in the value of sine B. We will get, just cross multiplying this, AC into AB, that will be nothing but 2R times AD. Right. So this is the theorem. Okay. That AB into AC, that is 2R times AD. Okay. So this is basically Brahmagupta theorem in a triangle. So let's apply this theorem. Okay. If we first apply this theorem in triangle, let's say ABC. Okay. What you can see that AB into AC, again according to Brahmagupta theorem, equals to perpendicular on BC. And what is the perpendicular on BC? It is Y. Okay. Y times how much? 2R. राइट. आई होप ये क्लियर हो रहा होगा. हमने जस्ट ब्रह्मगुप्ता थ्योरम अप्लाई किए. Similarly, let's apply the Brahmagupta theorem in triangle ACD. What we will get? We can say that it will be AC into AD that will be perpendicular distance from A on CD, and on CD it is given to be Z, है ना? So Z times the circumradius. Circumradius will remain same because ABCD are concyclic points. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral as it is mentioned in the question, right? Now again applying the previous theorem in triangle ABD, what you will get? You will simply get AB into AD, and that will be nothing but perpendicular distance on BD is how much? X. ठीक है, तो X times 2R, right? आई होप ये तीनों इक्वेशन समझ में आ रही होंगी. So let's say this is first equation, this is second equation, and this is third equation. So in the question we need to find something upon y, something upon z that is equal to something upon x, है ना? Addition of these two things. So let's say we will find x by y, right? So if I divide third by first, ठीक है, third by first will give me it will give me what? X upon y, right? 2r will get cancelled out with 2r, and on the right hand side, on the left hand side, AB got cancelled out with AB, so we will get AD upon AC, right? Similarly, if I divide third by second, so I will get X upon Z, right? So X upon Z, that will be equal to, can you tell me what will it be equal to? 2r got cancelled out 2r, AD got cancelled out with AD, so we will be left with AB upon AC, right? So these are the two values that we got, right? Now in a cyclic quadrilateral, but as you can see here we are interested in BD, BC and CD, okay? So applying Ptolemy's theorem, according to Ptolemy's theorem, what we can say? We can say that AB into CD, right, plus product of opposite sides, sum of product of opposite sides, BC into AD, that will be nothing but product of diagonals, that is AC into how much? BD, right? Now we require AC in the denominator, so let's divide by AC. What we will get? AB upon AC, right, times CD. I hope ये clear हो रहा होगा. Similarly BC into AD upon AC, and that will be nothing but that will be equals to BD, ठीक है? तो भी क्वेश्चन में काफी हद तक फील आ रही है, बिकॉज BD हमें चाहिए था, है ना, BC हमें चाहिए था और CD हमें चाहिए था. Now substituting these values of AD upon AC and AB upon AC, what we will get? AB upon AC was given to be how much? X by Z. So we can say that X upon Z into CD plus similarly, what is AD upon AC? That is X upon Y into how much? Into BC. That will be simply nothing but BD. Now take this X common and divide on the right hand side. What we will get? CD upon Z plus BC upon Y, that is nothing but BD upon X. Okay, this is what we need to prove, right? So we have proved this question. This is our first method to prove this question. Okay, so in this method, in this question, we have used one concept, that is Brahmagupta theorem, right? I'll state it again. It is nothing but, it states that product of these two sides, that is equals to the perpendicular, the length of altitude from the vertex times the circumradius, right? And this is how we have proved this question. So let's consider one more method to prove this question. Okay, this is our method 2. Okay, this is again a good method. Let's say ABCD was the cyclic quadrilateral, and these are the perpendiculars drawn, okay, on the given sides. Obviously, since the sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree, so one perpendicular will definitely be outside the triangle. Okay, let's name these points. Let's say this point is E, this point is F, and this point is G. Okay, further let's assume this angle to be alpha, this angle to be beta. This will be same as alpha, as you can say it is on the same chord AD, right? So this angle will be alpha, right? Let's assume this angle to be theta. So as you can see, if it is on AB chord, so this angle will also be how much? Theta, because AB chord angle ACB will be same as angle ADB. as it is subtended by the same chord AB. And this is an exterior angle of a cyclic collineal. This will be equals to the interior opposite. So this angle is nothing but angle GDA. Angle GDA, you can say angle GDA will be nothing but alpha plus beta, right? Chalo, all right. So now let's see what the equation says. Let's first calculate BD upon X, right? So this is nothing but this is X, right? And on BC, I guess it is Y, okay? So this thing is Y, and on AD, on CD it is Z, right? So let's calculate BD upon X. What is BD? BD can be broken down to BF plus this thing DF, right? So BF plus DF upon X. So this is nothing but BF upon X plus DF upon X. And if you see what is BF upon X, okay, in this triangle you can say that BF upon X is nothing but cot alpha. And what is this DF upon X? This is nothing but cot theta. So I hope ये clear हो रहा होगा, है ना? Simply trigonometry, because AFB is a right angle triangle. So BF upon X, that will be cot alpha, right? And DF upon X, that will be cot theta, right? Now consider BC upon what is this? BC upon Y, right? Okay, BC upon Y. BC can be written as BE plus CE upon Y. So that is nothing but BE upon Y plus CE upon Y, right? Now what is BE upon Y? It will be nothing but cot of alpha plus beta, right? Because in triangle AEB you can see angle B is nothing but alpha plus beta. Plus what is CE upon Y? It will be nothing but cot theta, right? Consider CD upon Z. So CD is nothing but GC minus this GD. We can write CD as GC minus GD upon Z. So that will be nothing but that will be GC upon Z minus GD upon Z, right? Now what is this GC upon Z? As you can see in triangle AGC, this will be simply equals to cot of alpha, right? And what is this? Sorry, this is minus sign here. GD upon Z. GD upon Z will be nothing but cot of angle ADZ, and angle GDA was alpha plus beta, right? So that will be cot of alpha plus beta. So this is our first equation. This is our second equation. As you can see, the thing which we have to prove on the right hand side, we need to have these quantity BC upon Y plus CD upon Z. So adding this first and second, adding these two things, what we will get? We will get BC upon Y plus CD upon Z. So this cot alpha plus beta will be cancelled out with this cot alpha plus beta. What we will get? We will get simply cot alpha plus cot theta. And as you can see that this is nothing but this is equals to BD upon X, right? So we have proved this result again by simply using trigonometry. And this question needs only the basic knowledge of trigonometry. We can prove this result like this, right? तो आई होप ये दोनों मेथड्स आपको इस क्वेश्चन के क्लियर हो गए होंगे, है ना? तो नाउ लेट्स प्रोसीड टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 ऑफ ईयर 1992. सो दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन अगेन, दिस इज फ्रॉम ज्योमेट्री इटसेल्फ, ठीक है? द क्वेश्चन सेज दैट ABCD is a collateral and P and Q are the midpoints of the sides CD and AB respectively, right? Let AP and DQ meet at X and BP CQ meet at Y, right? Prove that area of this triangle ADX plus BCY, that is equal to area of triangle PXQY. Okay, so let's first draw the figure of this question. Let's say this ABCD is a collateral. Again, this is a collateral, it need not to be a cyclic collateral, right? P and Q are the midpoints of CD and AB respectively, right? This AP and DQ, these two meet at, let's say, X, and this BP and CQ, these two meets at Y, right? So what we need to prove? We need to prove this area of triangle ADX plus area of triangle this BCY, okay, that is equal to area of quadrilateral PXQY. Okay, so let's say this is this area to be 1, this area to be 2, this area is, let's say, 3, this is area is 4. So what we need to prove? We need to prove area of triangle ADX, which is 1, plus area of triangle BCY, that is nothing but 4, that is equals to area of quadrilateral PXQY, which is nothing but 2 plus 3, right? So this is what we need to prove, right? Chalo, let's see how we can prove this. Okay, let's represent the remaining areas of the triangles as, let's say, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, right? Just to keep the calculations easy, otherwise we need to write a lot of names like area of triangle AQX and stuff, right? So what you can say, if we consider P is the midpoint of DC as it was mentioned in the question, so we can say area of triangle PQD, area of triangle PQD, that will be equal to what? That will be equal to area of triangle PQC. Okay, so this will simply imply what? We can say 5 plus 2, that will be nothing but 6 plus 3, right? Similarly, Q is also the midpoint, so we can say area of triangle APQ, that will be nothing but that will be equal to area of triangle BPQ, right? So this will further imply what? 7 plus 2, that will be equal to how much? 8 plus 3, right? So this is what we have got. We have got these two things. Now if we simply subtract these two, okay, what we will get? We will get, let's say, 5 minus 7, that will be equal to 6 minus 8. So this will imply 5 plus 8, that is nothing but that is 6 plus 7. Okay, so this 5 plus this 8, that is equal to this 7 plus this 6. Okay, so some of these opposite areas are equal, right? Now if you let's say join AC, okay, let's say hypothetically in the mind you can join AC, so we can say this area of triangle ADP, right, plus this area of triangle, that is in fact ADP is nothing but that will be equal to okay, that will be equal to area of triangle APC. Why? Because P is the midpoint, right? Similarly, we can say that this area of triangle, what you will say, BQC, area of triangle BQC, that will be nothing but that will be equal to area of triangle AQC. Again, why? Because Q is midpoint, right? Similarly here, why this result is because P is midpoint, right? Now if you add these things, what is ADP? ADP is 1 plus 5, right? Simply if we add these things now, what is BQC? BQ is nothing but 4 plus 8, right? That will be APC. APC, okay, APC is a partial area. APC plus AQC. What is APC plus AQC? This is nothing but 7 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6, right? As you can see. And previously what we have got this 5 plus 8, that is nothing but 6 plus 7. Okay, so this will get cancelled out, but we are left with 1 plus 4, that is nothing but 2 plus 3. Okay, and this is in fact that we need to prove. Okay, we need to prove this result, right? 1 plus 4, that is equal to 2 plus 3. So we can say that area of triangle this AXD plus this area of triangle BYC, that will be equal to nothing but the area of the quadrilateral PXQY, right? So by just simply using the midpoint theorem and that median divides a triangle into two parts of equal area, we can easily prove this result. ठीक है, तो I hope ये अभी समझ में आ गया होगा. ठीक है, there is one more method to prove this result. Let's also take a look on that method. That this is method 1, right? Now let's see method 2. Method 2 to prove this result. Okay, this is again a good method. Okay, let's say this ABCD is a quadrilateral, right? And P and Q are the midpoints respectively, right? This is, I guess, this is point X and this is point Y, right? Okay, so let's assume H1 comma h2 and h3 are heights from D, P, C on AB, right? So h1 is nothing but the altitude drawn from D on AB, and h2 is nothing but the altitude drawn from P on AB, and again h3 is nothing but the perpendicular drawn from C on AB, right? So we have assumed these things. Okay. So what you can say, if I say, okay, again we need to prove this. Let's assume this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, what we need to prove? Again we need to prove 1 plus 2, that is nothing but 3 plus 4. Alright, okay. Okay, so if I ask you what is area of triangle ADQ minus area of triangle APQ, you will say it will be simply 1 minus 3, because AXQ, area of triangle AXQ, is common to both the triangles, right? And what is this area of triangle ADQ? We can say this half into base, which is AQ, into H1 minus, again base is same, height is different, H2. We can say this 1 minus 3 will be half times AQ into H1 minus H2. And similarly, if I ask you what is area of triangle BCQ minus area of triangle, let's say BPQ, right? Again you can say simply it is nothing but 2 minus 4. Why 2 minus 4? Because triangle QXY is common to both the bigger triangles, and it will simply cancel out. So this is again nothing but half times BQ, base is same, height will be H3, because BCQ is first triangle, minus H2, right? Now if you add these two equations, okay, if you add these two things, what we will get? We will get 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4, right? And that is nothing but that is equals to half times, and since Q is the midpoint, so we can say AQ is nothing but AQ is equals to QB. So we can simply take that common, and we can say H1 plus H3 minus 2H2, right? This is what we have got. आई होप यहाँ तक समझ में आ रहा होगा, ठीक है? तो ये सिंपली जस्ट हमने एरिया ऑफ द ट्राइंगल का फॉर्मूला लगाया और उससे हमने ये चीज फाइंड आउट कर ली, ठीक है? But in the question, if you see clearly that we need to prove that 1 plus 2 is equals to 3 plus 4. That means left hand side of this equation should be 0. So that clearly means we need to prove that this thing is 0. That is H1 plus H3 minus 2H2 is 0. Okay. So if we are able to prove this thing, that H1 plus H3 that is equals to 2H2, then I guess we are done. Okay. We can prove this result. We can say that this result is proved. Now let's focus our entire energy to prove this result. Okay. Where H1 is perpendicular drawn from D, and H3 is perpendicular drawn from C, and what is H2? H2 is perpendicular drawn from P, where P was the midpoint of C and D, right? So let's prove this result. Okay, let's draw the diagram again, and in this I will assume this is D, this is C, this is P, and this is our line AB, right? Or you can say AB ray, because we are just interested in the heights only. So this is H1, this is H2, and this is H3. Okay, let's point these names. This is Q, this is R, this is S. These are the just foot of perpendiculars. Okay, and clearly DQ, PR, and CS, these will be parallel. Let's draw a perpendicular from D, which will intersect it at, let's say, M, and this point at N, right? Again, this will be perpendicular also, right? As P is the midpoint, so we can say that this PN will be twice of PN, that will be nothing but CM. Again, according to the basic proportionality theorem, PN will be twice of PN, that will be CM, right? Now what we need to prove? We need to prove H1 plus H3, that is nothing but twice of H2. This is what we need to prove. So what is H1? H1 is nothing but, okay, we can take it as H1. H3 is nothing but, okay, all this value will be H3, as you can say, H3 will be nothing but H1 plus Cm. All right, you can say this is H1, this is Cm, right? So H1 plus Cm, and we need to prove that this is nothing but twice of H2, and H2 is nothing but H2 is again H1 plus how much? Pn, right? So H1 plus Cm. What is Cm? Cm is nothing but twice of Pn. This is twice of H1 plus twice of Pn. As you can say, this is true. This is 2H1 plus 2Pn. That is 2H1 plus 2Pn. So we can say that this thing holds true, right? That is H1 plus H3, that is twice of H2. And if this holds true, then we can simply say that this will be 0. And if this thing will be 0, if this is 0, then we can simply say that 1 plus 2 equals to 3 plus 4, right? So this question we have proved with two methods, right? We have used this result to prove this question, right? So that was the question 6th. So we have proved question 5th and question 6th both by two methods, right? So that's it from my side, guys. That was the question number 5th and question number 6th of year 1992. Again, one announcement that I made at the start of the session also, that if some people have already cleared pre-RMO or RMO, we will enroll you to RMO and INMO batches respectively, and these batches are totally free of cost. All you need to do is just mail me your name, your contact number, your class, your address, and the proof that you have cleared these exams on this email ID chetan.garg@vedantu.com. We will simply enroll you to the respective batches, right? So we'll meet in the next session. Next session में हम question number 7, 8 and 9 डिस्कस करेंगे, because in year 1992 there were 9 questions in total. ठीक है, so take a good care of yourself. ठीक है, see you in the next session. Bye bye.